he would
All right.
not answer.
Welcome to Win the Day live stream Monday version, middle of February version. Here we are. Julie, welcome to the show.
President's Day.
President's Day. Yes, it's a holiday for a lot of folks. So very cool. Very cool. If you're home watching this, good. Love it. If you're out working, good. Love that even more. Read something over the weekend. Somebody posted something that said they're very concerned. They don't know if they're doing the right things. They get so much advice from so many places and yada, yada, yada. And I get that. I get that. There's a lot of advice givers out there. There's no doubt. There's a few of them sitting right here even. And it can get overwhelming, especially when you're struggling and the bills are struggling. You got kids asking for stuff and you just can't pay the bills, whatever. I get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. Totally get it. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you don't have enough business, this is a really easy business, really. If you don't have enough business, you just need to talk to more people. End of it. That's it. That's it. Don't make it more complicated. We tend to do that. We like to, especially as realtors, we make this stuff complicated. We create problems so we can solve them, so we can earn our money that we feel we don't deserve. It's wrong. But if you want more money, you just simply need to talk to more people and ask them two questions. If you were to sell, where would you go next? 1. 2 would be, when would that be? If that's all you said, and you talk to enough people, you would be fine. You would be better fine. You would live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Okay. But we complicate it. Well, who do I talk to? Where do I talk to them? When do I talk to them? What do I say when I talk to them? Why would I say that? How do I say? Stop. Talk to more people about their plans for real estate in the next 12 months. If you were to sell, where would you go next? When would that be? Okay. There's people. There are people around you everywhere. There are neighbors. There are friends. There are relatives. There are friends of relatives. There are people at the schools where your kids go to school, around the teams that your kids play on. There are waiters, waitresses. There are people that help you out in any number of ways, bankers, contractors, whatever. There's a lot of people out there that aren't you. And if you don't have enough business, it's because you're not talking to enough of them. When I get scared, when I get nervous, I just squish it down to, I need to talk to more people. I think you should do that. Yeah. If you're struggling, simply talk to more people. Get rid of the noise. You don't have to ask them how their dog, their kid, their husband, their wife is. No, hey, if you were to sell, where'd you go next? I'm a realtor. Oh, nowhere, whatever. Now, here's a good thing. I call them the 3 truths. 1, not everybody's moving. The way it is. They're going to say, you know what? I'm not moving. I don't care. Get lost. Leave me alone. You suck. Fine. They're not moving. The way it is. You expect everybody's going to be moving, you're in trouble. They're not. All right. Second truth. Of those that are moving, not all of them are going to use you for any number of reasons. They just ain't going to use you. All right. Third, I can absolutely guarantee you, if you talk to enough people, enough of them are going to be moving, and enough of those that are moving will use you, and you will live a life beyond your wildest dreams. You simply got to talk to enough people. And what we do, we try to shortcut it somehow. I only want to talk to the people that are ready to move now and will use me. That's all I want to talk to. Yeah, awesome. We all want that. However, I don't know anybody. Well, maybe if you have enough money, you can buy enough ads that will create that. Even then, I think it gets a little dicey. So if you're scared, if you're nervous, you're anxious, if you don't have enough, you want more, whatever, simply resign yourself to talking to more people. Right? This is the equivalent to eat less and exercise more to lose weight. I get it. But you know what else it is? It's the equivalent to success. I don't know. There you go. Anybody got anything to say on that?
Well, I think a lot of people are wanting the Ozempic way of losing weight in real estate for more deals. And it boils down to, I got to do this. And here's case in point. This is President's Day. This is one of those national holidays. Wonderful. Don't know which president you are elevating today, but right now, as I watch this, we have 3 viewers, live stream viewers. Now, here's the thing. That means that a lot of people are dialing it in, not dialing out, but they're sitting back and going, "Oh, it's a holiday." Look, when you are self-employed, when you're a realtor, you better get on it. You don't need to take every last holiday for the people on salaries to take off. This is a great opportunity to reach out to people who are home from their salaried jobs. This is a great day to get on the phone, go out, maybe knock on doors, get out there, say less to more people, ask those 2 questions.
Love it. Anyone else?
I would say this is the time to increase your lead gen time. You say talk to more people. This is when you sit on the phone for 3 to 4 hours instead of 2 hours. This is the time where you start calling more people in your sphere that you already know, that already trust you and are familiar with you. It's just time to buckle down and increase that time. And like Mark said, there's no days off right now. There's no time for holidays. You've got to work harder.
Julie, any thoughts?
I'm just thinking, more focused on face-to-face and voice-to-voice. So get yourself in front of people face-to-face and build those relationships. And I find that one of the things that I do, I've been coached since 1999, is something that I was taught to do is called Popeyes. And Popeyes are just getting in front of people and giving them something. Usually it's of value regarding the real estate market, or it's just something to help them remember you by, but it's an excuse to see people and connect with them. It's not as high volume as calling. And, depending on where you're at with your business, you might only want to call. It's just that I would say fish in the pond where you have a higher likelihood of catching a fish. And also fish in a pond where there's less competition. The person who is following up the most, whether it's, after meeting them at an open house, or, you're calling and they give you one little, spark of hope, you just keep following up and serving. The person who does the serving is the one that is going to get the business. So just keep following up, but get in front of more people, face-to-face, voice-to-voice. And yes, I have discovered holidays are a great time to do Popeyes because people are home.
Nights, weekends, and holidays, retail hours. So here's what this gal said. Hold on, Mark. Here's what she says. Hey, everyone, I've been an agent for 8 years. I was on a team for almost 6, and now I'm a solo agent this year. I'm not sure if I'm in a rut or what is going on, but I wake up not knowing what to do. I'm pulled in so many different directions. I feel like I'm drowning. I'm also a single mom with no financial help. I don't know where my next deal is coming from. I'm scared and very anxious. Got to be a nightmare. Right?
What's her name?
Anonymous. This is really embarrassing to write, but I'm coming here looking for help and advice. I've looked into joining a couple different lead systems, but I either can't afford it or I truly don't know if it works. Totally understand that too. Thank God I have money saved, or I would really be in trouble. Maybe I should go into a different career. Here's self-doubt, right? I'm not sure anymore. Can somebody please talk to me and send prayers up for me? It feels like I'm circling the drain over here. So again, totally get it, right? One thing I know for sure about that is it sucked. The second thing I know for sure about that is a lot of folks are feeling that. The third thing I know for sure, when you are in that position, when it seems like nothing's working and everything is a foggy look out at the future, turn it back to you, your greatest asset, and start talking to people. Start with the next door neighbor. Start talking. You got to build some momentum, some confidence, and just start talking to everyone. And you can go to the ponds, like Julie says. You can go to all the different places, but you just got to start. And hold on. And your natural reaction is going to be to turtle and to shut down. Wrong. Turn that around and start reaching out. What are you going to say, Julie?
Well, I was just going to say, especially when you're broke and freaking out. So the first thing you do is you cut as many expenses as you possibly can. You basically have your mortgage and your rent, your utilities and your food, and just the bare minimum to get by. We talked last week a little bit about budgeting. You don't go over your budget. You cut as much as you can. That's the first place where you're going to stop the bleeding. That's number one. You cut the Netflix and the Hulu and all the subscriptions. You cut them. But the next thing you do is you go fish where you're going to see people. Where's the number one place where you can find people right now today who are thinking about buying or selling?
Open houses.
That's the number one place. I'm telling you, you've got to adopt a mindset. Nobody has spare time. I mean, unless you're retired, nobody has spare time. And so if somebody's coming to an open house, it's because they're thinking about buying or selling. The only difference between them is when. Am I looking right now today and I'm considering this house? That happens. Or am I thinking about it in the next week, 30 days, 60 days, year? People who are nosy neighbors are thinking about selling. So go to open houses every single day. Invest in 20 signs with your phone number and your face on them. I don't have my face in all my signs, but put your phone number on them, absolute bare minimum. And you go move your moving billboards that you pay for once around the same neighborhood. If you don't have listings, you call all the agents that have listings in the neighborhood that you want to be, whether it's right where you live, so you don't have to travel far, so you can do it every single day. Start there and start doing open houses every single day.
Get into action, productivity, moving.
You're going to get people who are thinking about buying or selling. And then when you get them, you follow up with them every single day until you sell homes. I had someone come to an open house in December, and she's closing next week for $1.05 million.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think when you hear the people that are struggling and you say, how many open houses? Many times they'll say, well, I'm doing 2 a week. Not enough. Go do one. Now, you can't keep this for 90 days, beyond 90 days, but for the next 90 days, go do one 5-6 days a week. Just, it's going to be hard. Sometimes do 2 a day.
You can
Find
do them every day.
builders.
You can do them every day. You can do them for 2 to 4 hours. Here's the thing. If you have no leads, you have nothing else to do.
Right.
The reason why you don't do them every day is because you have other stuff to do. You have other leads to follow up with. If you have no leads, you need to generate
Follow up with your damn leads at the open house.
the next day, and then you can call the next day. When you start having a bunch of leads, you might do 6 days a week, 5 days a week. Now, I don't recommend working 7 days a week. You need to take at least 1 day of rest. That's in the Bible. I believe that God will provide. She asked for us to pray for her. We're praying for you. But here's the thing. Take a day off, 1 day, and the rest of the time, go invest in 20 open house signs, and you put all of them up around the neighborhood. You're going to get recognition. And you also get listings. I get listings because people recognize me in that neighborhood, and they know they see me doing open houses all the time. I'm like, I want someone working that hard for me.
Destiny, you resemble this description a little bit.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Single mom to single mom. You know, I know the struggle. I'm in it with you. What I hear, even when Julie's talking, is dollar signs. You know, invest when you don't have it, and so then you shy away and say, I'm just not going to do it. When it's okay to ask a title company, ask a lender, ask an inspector to maybe sponsor and contribute to those signs, maybe give them a little tiny piece of real estate on that sign, but ask for help in other ways. I think that other people who see you in action and believe in you will support your business. So don't be afraid of the finance portion, because I think that's what has scared me in the past as well.
I'm going to give you guys an example of something. I was with some friends this weekend, and we were talking about kids, and some of their kids and, you know, whatever are doing fine. Some aren't. These are, by kids, I mean, a little bit older. And couple of the kids are struggling, can't find a job. The jobs are finding aren't great. Not a lot of opportunities. But one of the kids has got people asking him to come work for them all the time. He's in college. And I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking about my kids even. The kid that's being wooed by many different places with many great jobs, He has literally asked me if he could come sit with me for a day just to see what my life is like and if this is a life he would like to pursue. And not only me, but several others. He's everywhere all the time. He's the kid that went to the wedding and danced, even though he doesn't like to dance, with the girls he didn't want to dance with, but he did it. Because A, he's a good kid and he's spending time with his parents, and B, he understands that you got to do some things you don't always like to do. And when you do those, you put yourself out there as attractive. You become attractive to so many people. But if you're sitting at home on your video game wondering why nobody wants anything to do with you, you're gonna get what you put out. You get what you give. Does that make sense?
Completely. People respond to energy.
So get out, get moving, get active.
Yeah.
But you know what? The natural inclination is turtle, save the body or whatever, the instinct. No. You better get out there. You better get out there a lot. What's Kyle saying here?
So this might sound weird, but my old boss 20 years ago at a music store when no one was buying $2,000 guitars and $20,000 pianos once said to me that clicked with me: quitters quit. And that made me realize I'm not a quitter. So I've got to keep going one step a day. So I focused on things people were buying, $10 guitar strings. And I sold nearly $500,000 in guitar strings in 1 year.
That's
I focused
amazing.
smaller and narrowed it down to what was selling. Brilliant.
Who knew Johnny Bonamassa came into the store? That was weird.
I agree with him. Quitters quit. And you can decide, I'm going to quit. This isn't for me. And that's what a lot of people will do. I'm going to come back to one of the things that I don't know if you were just talking about it or reading it, John, that people say, where do I get advice? How do I know? How do I know who to listen to? And that is a very, very good question, because now that there's so many podcasts and places out there to get information,
But there's only one live stream daily.
There's us. And I'll tell you, not to sound, egotistical, but this is a really good group of extremely knowledgeable people who've been around the block. But the point I'm making is there are a lot of people that do podcasts to get viewers that don't know anything. And I have seen that. I've seen people who, literally got their license yesterday, and now they have a microphone and they're talking about what to do, and they're telling people what to do by repeating what they heard someone else say. They're not doing it based on experience and knowledge. And you got to learn, watch people a couple of times and figure out who actually has the experience and the knowledge, and listen to them. They may fight, they might get along, they might disagree, they might say things that are, odd and different and conflicting. But the point is listen to people who've been around the block and figure out if who you're listening to it has been around the block. Or like Destiny has surrounded herself with knowledgeable people, and she's doing it. And there's a difference between theorizing and doing it. She's doing it and she's experiencing success. So figure out who's successful and then listen to them.
All right, Mark, last words.
Well, if they've been around the block and they're still engaged, that's the key. Is they're either engaged in the coaching actively or they're engaged in the hunt. There are people that are, preaching things that, they're 10 years old, that they're no longer fundamentals. They were things that worked 10 years ago. But here's what I know won't ever go out of practice. If you're looking for sellers, go to homeowners, find the homeowners. If you're looking for buyers, go to where the home buyers are. If you're looking for something that will sell, look, research so that you find what's selling and position yourself there. It works.
Destiny, last words.
I would say put yourself in front of as many people as you can. One thing that's worked great for me is being a part of my church and then joining those small groups within my church and inserting myself in front of everybody else. So put yourself in front of as many people as you can and represent yourself as a realtor.
Julie, thoughts?
I agree with Destiny. Find groups that you like, build relationships. But if you're looking for business today, even if you can't buy the signs, and that's a good point. Thank you, Destiny. Buy corrugated signs that are super cheap. You know, start with, instead of metal or plastic signs, or borrow signs to get people as close as you can.
Even if you buy the smaller rider.
Yes, but borrow someone's signs and do open houses every day. And then when you get a closing, because you're building your database, then you go buy your own personalized signs. Borrow signs, that's free. People will let you borrow their signs.
You can use mine. You'll probably get a bunch of dates.
But sorry.
Well, why are you guys laughing? Wait, am I wrong?
Sorry.
Oh my.
All right. Anyway, here. So here, let me just wrap this up. When you don't have enough, get into action. Just get moving, right? Pure and simple. It's a rule of life. If you're not in good shape, get moving. If you want to get healthier, get moving. If you want more business, get moving. Just get into action. Do not feel sorry for yourself. If you are, get over it and put that little chip on your shoulder if that's what you need to do. Whatever it is, get out and talk to people. And I promise you, well, let's go back to the 3. Not everyone is moving. Too bad, so sad, sorry. Get over it, right? 2, all of those that are moving or will buy ain't going to use you. Just the way it is. Get over it. But here's where you win. The 3rd one. If you talk to enough people, enough of them will, such that you can live a life magical, beyond your wildest dreams, if you get out and talk to enough of them. 100% on you. And if you don't have enough business, I'm sorry, that's on you. Okay? Let's go to work, people. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks.
End stream.